Hi, this is Yvette and welcome back to my quarantine kitchen. And today we're going to be making homemade body butter or body moisturiser. So again, you're just going to need a few things from your kitchen. Most of the things you should have already, and it's super simple. You only need either 3 or 4 ingredients. You can make it with 3 ingredients, but you can add an extra one if you want to make it just a little bit more fancy. So you're going to need your base oil, which is, we're going to go for coconut oil. So you're going to want to get, if you can, get the organic one, but if not, you can just use a normal coconut oil. Usually it will set at room temperature, so you're going to want to get the one that will be set at room temperature. And then some vitamin E, if you have some vitamin E oil. Otherwise, if you don't have that, you can use olive oil in place, the extra virgin olive oil. And whichever essential oil that you want to use to put in. And if you want to add an extra to make it just a little bit more of a body butter rather than a body moisturiser, you can add in a stick of cocoa butter. So this one I got from just the regular superstore. Just got it down at our supermarket this morning, and this one was $2 literally. So all I've done, I've taken it out, so it's a tube of body butter, 100% cocoa butter, and there's nothing else in it, and all I did was melt it, as you can see, but I'll get to that step later. So you can either do it with 3 or 4 ingredients, it's entirely up to you. And then what you're going to need for your mixing is something that can go in the microwave. So you don't want a metal bowl, you're going to want a plastic bowl or something that is microwavable. It's not going to have to go in for too long, so don't worry, you're not going to be microwaving for hours, but something that can go in the microwave. Okay, so what we're going to do first of all is get half a cup of your coconut oil here. So I've measured mine out already. So I've got my little cups here, half a cup here, so that's going to go in my mixing bowl. And I know you can't see that, so I'm just going to talk you through it because my camera is up there and it doesn't move so well. And now I'm going to add the cocoa butter because I want this one to be just a little bit more buttery. And I've already melted this already. I melted it inside my measuring spoon because it takes a little bit longer to melt than the coconut oil. So if you are going to be using the stick of cocoa butter, then melt that a little bit first. I've done this for 2 lots of 30 seconds. So I did it for 30 seconds, broke it up a little bit, put it back in and did it for another 30 seconds. And as you can see, it's partially melted. So now I'm going to put this in with my coconut oil. There we are. I'll give it a little mix. Okay, so that's all going nicely together. And don't worry about any clumps at this stage because you're going to be putting it in the microwave anyway. Okay, rest my spoon. Okay, so now onto the vitamin E. So you're going to want just about 2 teaspoons of this. You don't want loads. I'm going to use my measuring spoons, but if you don't have measuring spoons, you can just use your normal kitchen spoons that are roughly about the same. Okay, so I'm going to go for 2 teaspoons, so that's 1. Again, give it a bit of a mix up Don't worry too much about your clumps at this stage. Like I say, you're going to be melting it. And next, go for your oils. So I've decided to do a mix of oils for myself. I'm going to do some lavender and frankincense. So I'm just going to maybe do about 3 drops of each. So I've got about 6 drops in total. Because like I said before in my other videos, they're very, very strong. You don't want to overpower it, you know, just, you only need a few drops really. So I've done 3 drops of each. So lavender and frankincense, they both have calming, soothing properties to them. So I want this to be a nice soothing moisturizer, something that, you know, something that I might put on after an evening bath, before, you know, settling down for the evening, for example. Okay. So we've got all of this mixed up, and I'm just going to pop this in the microwave, not for too long, maybe like 20 seconds or something, just so it's like melted. Okay, so while you're melting that down a little bit, you might want to get some sort of pot. Here I've just got an old body scrub pot, so what I'm going to do is use this just to store my body butter. So there it is, that's the microwave done. So when it comes out, it will seem a little liquidy. You might have a few clumps still, so what you'll want to do is just press out any of the clumps that you still have. Yeah, so just get the back of your spoon and kind of press those out, because you're not going to want to have any clumps when you come to putting it on your skin, obviously. You're going to want a smooth moisturiser. Okay, so make sure you're stirring all of that in, pressing any clumps that you've got out. Give it a bit of a smell as well. If you think it could do with maybe a couple more drops of oil, if you want a few more drops in at that stage, then you can put 1 or 2 drops more back in there. It's entirely up to you. Now at this stage, it is going to be liquid, and that's absolutely fine, because once it sets, when it comes back to room temperature, it is going to be solid, or, you know, partially solid. So you don't need to worry about that. Okay, so make sure you've got all of your clumps out. And then just pour it into your container. And it will kind of look like a kind of melted butter at this stage, but that's absolutely fine. That's exactly what you want. And as it sets, that's when it will come to look exactly like a moisturizer should. And there you have it. And what I'll do is I'll pop a picture up as well of the set version, and then you can see the before and after picture. Okay guys, happy making. I hope you've enjoyed it. Have a good evening. Bye.